Hello wildflowers, and welcome back to a very special episode featuring garden inspiration and dreams from around the world. You know, a year ago when the idea for this channel was born, I lived in a tiny hideaway with a sprawling cottage garden with flowers that towered above my head, 9 garden beds for organic herbs and vegetables, fruit trees, a rainwater tank, solar panels, chickens and more. After 3 years of blood, sweat and tears, I was so close to being self-sufficient, and at the time I thought I'd be sharing films about a slow life, frolicking about in pretty dresses, harvesting, cooking and crafting as I worked on my new book, Wild Fairy Magic. But life had other plans. In a post-pandemic Australia, with skyrocketing inflation and multiple interest rate hikes, I had to make a difficult but ultimately wise decision and let this dream go in exchange for a debt-free new beginning. To be honest, I've never been one to reveal my work before it was finished, but there's only one way to create my dream garden again, and that's to roll up my sleeves and become that dirty, sweaty, rather cranky garden goblin again, toiling away through the winter in an itchy woolen sweater, cursing at the tenacity of lawn grass as I dig it up metre by metre to replace it with freshly mulched garden beds. I see drifts of sweet cottage garden flowers reclaiming this space by summertime, and as spring rolls around, I can take out my trusty seed tin and begin making magic.
Life is a winding road, no telling where it goes. Driving through days and nights, won't stop for traffic lights. And I really wanna know if I will ever figure out where the road goes.
3 months later, I'm still digging up grass, but I can see it coming together with charming splashes of colour as eager blooms turn their faces to the spring sunshine. I've spent many wistful hours standing on the veranda, just dreaming, imagining what could be. But you know what inspires me the most? Knowing that around the world, gardens are popping up everywhere, inspired by this channel. The wild fairy magic is spreading across the planet with every little seedling and every flower that blooms in your gardens. We are creating a new earth together. I can't tell you how special that feels. And so in this episode, I wanted to share your magical gardens. From Scotland to South Africa, Australia to Portugal, you are all bringing me so much joy. Especially this guy, one Canadian wildflower who planted an entire flower farm just for me.
Even if I'm falling down, I will keep on searching for my highs. You can say I lost my mind, I will keep on holding my head high. Even if the sky is falling down, even if the sky is falling down, yeah. The sky is falling down.
While the leaves were falling in the southern hemisphere and I said goodbye to my dream garden, tiny seeds of hope and kindness were being planted in a basement on the other side of the world. As the spring snow melted, one man was so inspired by this channel, he took a chance on a flower farm, hoping to spend more time in nature and create a little magic of his own. This sparked an idea, of course, and I asked all of you out there to send in photos and videos, sharing your gardens across this wild green planet and showing me your wild fairy magic. I asked you to tell me, what has your garden taught you about life? And your answers were both delightful and profound. Helen, who has stood beside her fellow wildflowers, championing solar energy, permaculture, and animal equality since the 70s, told me that gardens teach us hope. This pearl of wisdom had me nodding my head in agreement, thinking of my favourite quote, "Where flowers bloom, so does hope." Over in Scotland, fellow YouTubers Jacqueline and Laszlo are just about to embark upon their own cottage garden adventure. With a beautiful terraced space to work with, I can only imagine what an enchanting realm they will create with their incredible eye for colour and design. Back in Australia, Rachel's garden abounds in gorgeous native flowers, which she loves to gather and arrange into bouquets with her 2 girls. And Zoe is learning creativity and independence from the plant spirits in her own magical herb garden. Wildflower Harrison is working on transforming his tiny space into a colourful fairy garden, a safe haven for the beautiful honey eaters and cheeky willy wagtails that bring he and his mother so much happiness and joy. Nadia's South African garden has taught her that nature knows its time. As the seasons gracefully give way to each other, each flower has its turn to bloom. And in Francisco's garden, I'm told there is a little place he calls the forest, where he lets his inner child play with the butterflies, feeling the leaves and soil under his feet and listening to the wind in the trees. Jessica's garden, just a stone's throw away, is coming along beautifully. She tells me it has taught her patience, a way of calm in a busy world. It's her space to be creative and appreciate the beauty in the smaller things that might otherwise go unnoticed. Nina's charming cottage garden in Ireland has taught her that her love, no matter how insignificant it may seem, can beautifully transform her surroundings. And I love that. Jenny's plants have taught her about strength. Like us, they keep showing up and doing their best, and even in the harshest conditions, find a way to thrive. A bit like Wildflower Gemma, whose garden is going to be just as beautiful as she is this spring. Over in Germany, Nicole dreams of an enchanted cottage garden with a lovely fountain, pergola, and a garden altar for her crystals. I can already feel the fairy magic brewing, can you? Charles imagines conversations with his bonsai about fragility and the delicate nature of life, while Linda reflects on the way flowers thrive on love and tenderness, but with neglect will hide their beautiful colours and fade away. Steve is in the process of clearing out his winter crops to make way for a bumper summer harvest of zucchini, capsicum, and juicy tomato. Of course, he always grows a little more of everything for his hungry daughter, affectionately known as Lunchbox. You all know that's me, right? Patiently waiting out the snow as she raises little seedlings, Gail dreams of a magical moon garden, and Elaine's glorious rose garden, filled with precious moments, is a testament to love's enduring spirit. Vanny's soul finds peace in her garden as she connects to the divine feminine and feels the eternal nature of love. The last garden I want to share with you all is very special. It's in Sleepy Hollow country, where fellow filmmakers Lindsay and Jonas live a charming cottage life. These two are such an inspiration to me and tell me that their sweet little garden has taught them how to live a slow and seasonal life. No seed can be rushed to bloom before its time, and all things beautiful must eventually return to the earth. I couldn't have said it better myself. Working on this episode has put the biggest smile on my face. It's as if a golden thread seemed to weave itself through every single entry, Did you notice? It was love. There is a magic in the natural world that brings us all closer and reminds us that we are one big family, building a new earth together, one garden at a time. And so I set to work on a thank you gift, a little birthday present from the Rambling Rose.
If you're ready for a good time, count on me. There's a party in the backyard, dance your problems away. I'm all about the good vibes. I know you're all about the good vibes. Do you know how much I love you? Wanna see you smile. Where's that happy girl that I know with a heart on fire? I'll do anything to make it fine, but I can tell that you have something on your mind right now.
That's right, I'm working on a new colouring book called Wildflower Dreams, which is available for pre-order just in time for Christmas. But if you'd like to try it out, all my patrons on Patreon will receive this page as a free printable. It's my hope that it will delight your inner child, bring a little magic and creativity into your world, and even help you imagine your own dream garden coming to life. Is there anything more relaxing than colouring flowers? I don't think so. And for the patron who uploads the most imaginative finished page to our Discord server by the end of the month, a special gift, a copy of the colouring book and my oracle deck. How sweet is that? So let your colours shine, little wildflowers. Take up your favourite paints, pencils and textures and make some magic with me. I can't wait to see what you create.
If you're ready for a good time, count on me. There's a party in the backyard, dance your problems away. I'm all about the good vibes. I know you're all about the good vibes.
I so hope you enjoyed this special birthday episode. As always, you can help me keep on creating by liking and subscribing or hitting the cute little heart icon. Finally, I wanted to thank each and every one of you again for sharing your beautiful gardens from around the world. You have me utterly enchanted with your creativity and passion, and you've made this little rainbow blossom so happy. I'll see you soon where the bees buzz and the willows sway.